You are watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Everyone that follows me from this video, I'll give you a follow back. Just DM me Kyle Kuzma, so I know you came from this video. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the latest trade rumors because Bleacher Report has linked the New York Knicks to Kyle Kuzma. Then we're going to talk about what Charania of The Athletic reported today about the Knicks and Cam Reddish and Evan Fournier being of interest for the Los Angeles Lakers in a trade. We got Shams talking about the Knicks and trade rumors. We got Bleacher Report talking about the Knicks and trade rumors. So let's break it down. The report is Kyle Kuzma wants out of Washington and is going to leave the Washington Wizards in NBA free agency once his contract is up this offseason. This is what Bleacher Report had to say in depth about Kyle Kuzma. And they said, another team to keep a close eye on with Kuzma is the New York Knicks. Kuzma is represented by Austin Brown of CAA, shout out to CAA Mafia, who worked closely with colleague Leon Rose before Rose left the agency to join the Knicks as president. New York has several CAA clients, including Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Hartenstein, and Obi Toppin. The Knicks would add a more polished scorer, while CAA gets Kuzma to one of his preferred destinations on a new, sizable contract and Toppin to a team that may have a greater role for him. The Wizards could get their own first-round pick back and negotiate a price given how much New York has to offer. I'm going to be honest. I'm not trading Obi Toppin for Kyle Kuzma. I'm not trading a lot for an expiring deal for a guy who clearly has intentions of testing the market and finding out what he is worth in NBA free agency. I have a trade idea that I'll show you in a second. I'll let you know right now. Obi Toppin, he is not included in that deal. Kyle Kuzma, though, he's honestly having his best season of his young NBA career. He's averaging almost 22 points per game and 8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and he's been an efficient scorer for Washington so far this year, shooting 46% from the field and a little bit low, 33% from downtown. This is a guy that has shot 36, 37% from three in his career before, but Kuzma is a good scorer in this league. My only, concern with Kyle Kuzma is he a small forward? Is he a power forward? I'm not really sure what he is, and we already have enough tweeners on this roster. Julius Randle, he's really a tweener. Obi Toppin, he's a tweener. Hartenstein, I think he's more of a power forward than a center, even though he can't really stretch the floor. I like Kuzma, but my question would be, where on this roster would he find playing time? We'll dissect that in a second, but before we get into any more of the trade rumors around Kuzma, the trade idea I have and more takes I have about Mr. Kuz, I want to ask you, should the Knicks trade for Kyle Kuzma, the CAA client? Sound off below, type T for trade, or you can go down and type P for pass. My biggest concern with trading for Kyle Kuzma would be, where does he play? Because we already know that Tom Thibodeau wants to keep a tight rotation. Since they've gone to this 9-man rotation, they've been the best team in the National Basketball Association. He wants to give Deuce McBride minutes. He doesn't want to give a lot of people minutes off the bench. That's why Cam Reddish isn't playing. That's why Evan Fournier isn't playing. Where would Kuzma play? Because we know he wants to start Brunson. We know he wants to start Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. Is Kyle Kuzma really going to want to come off the bench for the New York Knicks? And if he doesn't, will he sign a long-term deal in that role? Maybe you start him at the 3, move RJ to the 2, and Grimes off the bench. But then I get concerned about where's the floor spacing. Because Kuzma shoots 33%. Randle shoots 33%. Right now, Jalen Brunson is shooting a career-low 33%, and we know R.J. Barrett is not a great three-point shooter. I would be very concerned about the spacing if your starting lineup was Brunson, Randle, Kuzma, Robinson, and Barrett. Barrett, Randle, Robinson, Brunson, and Kuzma. I would be concerned if that is your starting 5. I know Quentin Grimes hasn't been the best three-point shooter, but he at least keeps defenses honest by the way he moves off the ball and can catch and shoot. Kuzma is also honestly a similar player in the fact, not the same player as Grimes, I don't want anyone to run with that, but moves well with the ball. Can't spot up and shoot. He's a quick and decisive player, doesn't need to dribble the ball to be effective, but at the end of the day, where would he play? So I want to ask you, What do you think of this trade right here? We were talking about this in the office. I've seen this all over Twitter. So I wanted to ask you guys today. The Knicks would get Kyle Kuzma and Will Barton. I believe they would buy out Will Barton or try to trade him for another asset going forward. Kuzma and Barton are both expiring deals, so you get off of nearly, I think it's $27 or $25 million combined between Kuzma and Barton. You give up Fournier, you add Reddish to sweeten up the Fournier deal, and then you give the Wizards back their 2023 first-round pick that is currently owned by the New York Knicks, which is lottery protected. So you give them back their pick, you give them a young chip in Cam Reddish, and you give them a shooter in Evan Fournier. Knicks get back 2 expiring contracts in Kuzma, which could maybe be a long-term piece if the Knicks do decide to re-sign him. What do you say? Take the seat of Leon Rose. Would you do this trade? You get Kuzma, you get Barton. I don't think Barton would be a long-term piece for the Knicks, even though I kind of like his game. He always killed the Knicks when he was a part of the Denver Nuggets. You give up Fournier, a guy that's not playing. You give a guy up like Cam Reddish that it sounds like him and the Knicks have decided he won't play, and you just give them back their first-round pick that they traded to you. Let me know what you would do. Type A for accept, or you can go down and type D for decline. I want to give a shout-out to today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/NBA now. Download the app and cancel unnecessary subscriptions. Have you ever looked at your credit card statement or your bank account and you're like, why am I being charged for this subscription? I didn't even know I had this subscription, or something you just forgot about. That is what Rocket Money specializes in. The app shows you all your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't know you were paying for. You may even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest, because there's nothing like being on the phone or on a website looking at cancel a subscription, and you got to jump through all those hoops. Rocket Money will take care of that. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/NBA now. Seriously, it could save you hundreds per year. That's rocketmoney.com/NBA now. Most Americans think they spend around $80 a month on subscriptions when the actual cost is closer to $200 plus. Get hooked up with Rocket Money, rocketmoney.com/NBA now. Cancel the useless subscriptions, the one you're not using. Maybe it's Netflix, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Prime, whatever it is. If you don't want it anymore, cancel it easily with Rocket Money, rocketmoney.com/NBA now. That link will be in the comments and description of today's show. Let's talk about the report that Charania of The Athletic put out this morning. He said the Lakers and Knicks have had talks about a deal involving Evan Fournier and Cam Reddish. We've actually talked about this on the channel the past couple of videos, but now that Shams, the big dog, is talking about it, that makes me feel like we're getting closer and closer to a potential deal happening. Remember, Tom Thibodeau cut the rotation down to 9 players. Fournier's been out of the rotation for a while, but Cam Reddish is now on the outside looking in. And despite Obi Toppin being out with an injury, it's not going to change. Clearly, the Knicks are not playing Cam Reddish, so he doesn't get healthy. Him and his representation, according to sources, are working on finding a deal, that being Clutch Sports. What do you know? Who runs the Lakers? Clutch Sports and LeBron James. The question is, though, what do the Lakers have to offer? So let's take a look at what their roster looks like right now. They ain't trading AD for him. They ain't trading LeBron. Do you want Austin Reeves? Do you want Kendrick Nunn? I doubt they would trade Westbrook. I think they've actually found a resolution, and they're cool with where they sit right now in the Westbrook situation, him coming off the bench. I think he's a guy that's going to win the Sixth Man of the Year. Do you want Juan Toscano-Anderson? Do you want Thomas Bryant? Do you want Jones? I think a deal would have to involve Patrick Beverley and Lonnie Walker, both of those players on expiring deals. I don't think the Knicks would add an asset like Cam Reddish to a deal like Evan Fournier. This is actually would be flipped. This is on me. The graphic is wrong. I would have the Knicks receiving a first-round pick. So it would be Patrick Beverley, Lonnie Walker, and the Knicks receiving probably a 2027 top 10 protected first-round pick. I'll ask you, though, who wins this trade? The Knicks would get Patrick Beverley expiring. They get Lonnie Walker, who's expiring. Guy maybe still has some upside, and they get a 2027 first-round pick from the Lakers. The Lakers would then receive Evan Fournier and Cam Reddish. Who wins this trade? You get 2 players in a pick while trading Fournier, getting off his contract, and of course Cam Reddish is the sweetener in that deal. You get a first-round pick, and you pretty much just have to trade Reddish and Evan Fournier. Jeez, I'm stumbling on my words. I want to hear from you though. Who wins the deal? Type NYK for the Knicks or LAL for the Los Angeles Lakers. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel because with the NBA trade deadline just around the corner on December 15th later this week, the trade rumors are going to start heating up, and we're going to cover them all here on this channel. We also do watch parties for pretty much every single New York Knicks game. So go down right now, hit that big red button, and help Knicks Now by Chat Sports get to 16,000 subs. You love the Knicks? Join the channel. Hit that big red button. Let's talk about our guy, Julius Randle. As you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of Julius Randle, but when you wear this on your chest, New York, and you play good basketball, I'm going to root for you. I may not like him. I may not, some other words about him, but he was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week this past week, and honestly, it's well-deserved. Had a 37-point game, had a 33-point game, had another 30-point game. Julius Randle is starting to get back to that player that we saw that he could be when he was named the Most Improved Player of the Year, when he was a top 10 MVP candidate, when he was an All-NBA player. I mean, the guy is having an extremely nice offensive season. 23 points, 9 rebounds, almost 4 assists, but it's the efficiency that I love. 46% from the field, almost 34% from downtown. If he can get that up to 35, 36, 37%, Julius Randle is going to be noted and taken as one of the best offensive players in the league, which he showed he could be. Randle is having a great offensive season, and I say that with kind of a little bit of salt because when he plays hard, he can be a good defender. I don't know if he could ever be a great defender, but he's solid. He's big, strong. He's quick for his size. He's got little T-Rex arms, no doubt about it, but he can be a solid defender, and I think it all starts up here with a guy like Julius Randle. Something I've been talking with Patrick Seatman about, the producer of Knicks Now watch parties, is that when Randle hits his first couple threes, he's going to have a good game because it's all mental with him. If he starts off hot, he's going to finish hot unless he gets thrown out in the third quarter for getting teched up twice like he did just yesterday. What a bonehead move that was. But I don't want to dwell on it because he's been playing really good. Him and Jalen Brunson have been the best 2 players on this team, as they should be. Even our guy RJ Barrett, he's been playing good the past couple of games. I think he had 27 in back-to-back nights. I've liked what I've seen from Barrett. But let's show our guy Julius Randle some love. The Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Type his jersey number 30 down in the comment section. I appreciate everyone, as always, for making New York Knicks Now a part of their day today. We'll be live on Wednesday for Knicks at Bulls watch party. They're a lot of fun. If you haven't been there, stop on by. Live commentary, interactive chat. You guys can call and FaceTime into the show, get your takes off. We have a lot of fun. We have some drinks. It's a blast. I hope to see you there. If you made it this far in the video, type real one.